Thank you so much, Trace Stella-Soranthus and Jacob Pimfinica, and of course, Sean Gez. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Henry G.
Hello there. Another game of Counter-Strike.
Yes, but I love what they've said already. The fact that compLexity are such an unknown entity makes casting this a joy. Yeah. Every round could be a surprise.
They've got a very good point there. Yes, AVANGAR have done a 20-day boot camp, but they can't focus on compLexity whatsoever. There's no information out there as to how they're playing right now. They've got a lot of talent in here. As Sean mentioned, Obo, one of the hottest prospects in North America right now. Interested to see what he can do here. He's already performed at ECS. You saw him light at the server there a few times. Not anything show-stopping, but he had a solid performance. I want to see that continue. As AVANGAR now on the T side of Inferno, up against a three-man stack towards the B site. You can see a couple of players active by the barrels there. We'll see if this works out. It will be Ricky to get first contact. He sits and dodges the bullets in, not taking any damage whatsoever. That's lovely.
That is perfect. He doesn't have to spoil this plot. Now, in their mind, perhaps it's clear. Nade does come out from the back of B, just tickles Buster down to 76, the most significant damage done so far.
They don't seem convinced there.
Sandbags. Ricky's going to swing on this, and Sick's already taken down Kicker. Now, they do manage to get the trade. Sick falls back safely, and the T's do too. And the Molotov will start to clear out, and so will the CTs, really backing up.
Yeah, that's Ricky going for the wallbang instead of just swinging. He's already in the flame dry. He might as well commit it to it and see if he can just get one with him. Didn't work out. Still going to be a 4-on-4. Dren in the mix. He'll be holding towards top and middle, but it will be a B finish here with smoke towards spawn. Coffins, Molotov, new boxes. We did see variations of that from Furia, though. So there are new ideas and approaches being presented towards the B site. I assume this will be more of a classic approach, though. 30 seconds remaining. Should see there's a couple of smokes coming now. And at that point, in they go. Smoke. Oh, in return, that's beautiful from Death.
With 25 seconds left, you have to make a choice. You've got 15 seconds. If that smoke, they have to go A, and they know it. Look at this. They start to spring to action. It's going to be Shazam digging his heels in alongside Obo. They know the cavalry's coming. The call's going to be made. Yes, steps up mid, 12 seconds. There's a smoke in response. They're going to be ahead of it. They're going to have to try and push in. Nice connection from Shazam. Does find the head, as does Obo. That's 3. Adrian does find just the 1. Doesn't have the time. Just 2 seconds with the bomb in his grasp. He's going to have to concede. He's not going to get away with his life. Trying to keep his Kev. Def takes it away from him. Let's get that X-ray back on if we can.
Yeah, that would be lovely. If we could get the technology together. There it is. So no money, just to note there from the final T player. He did get a couple of kills though, so he has 750 going to the next round. But still, that's a nightmare finish there. But what a brilliant smoke from Def. That turns the tide of battle very quickly indeed. They're getting ready for full execution. 4 players are there. 1 smoke comes down. It dissuades them so much. They don't even have time to use their utility. They had 2 smokes and a Molotov left. They had to just hightail it back towards the A side. Lots of footsteps, lots of sound cues, and down they went. I still feel like the smoke's there. Smoke coffin, smoke spawn, still worth a go.
And if you're ever sitting there wondering, you know, should I buy Kevlar or perhaps a nade? If you're always the Kevlar guy, now you've seen a perfect example of just how powerful that smoke can be. Wins a round with $300. That was Def. Smoking them off on 25. Quick frag from Shazam. He chose for the FAMAS. It's not the most glorious of assault rifles, but perfectly due for a round like this. Unarmored Deagles, a couple of Glocks as well.
There's James. You'll see him with the AWP as the game progresses here. He'll be up against Shazam. Maybe even Ricky now as well. Ricky, throughout his career, has been a mainstay all-player from the Australian scene. But since he joined this team, especially when Stanislaw was in, he was a rifler. I feel like now we'll see the most out of Ricky. He'll be the secondary all-player of this squad, and you'll see him do some fantastic work. I'm interested to see if that will come into fruition this event. I've been waiting for it for a long time. But MP9 for now up against just being pistols. It's not bad from AVANGAR. They're known as a slow-paced team, but they're just trying to bait down any utility they can. If you can't find any kills, at least get rid of those incendiaries, the smokes. It's something you've taken away from the CTs.
I mean, yeah, it's all about it's the money at the end of the day. It's the ones and zeros, and through the smoke. It's a surprise to us as well, of course. Game, last man
Passive
standing.
aggressive there, Alex.
Little bit, wasn't it? I'm terrible. And James does go down.
Sounds as well.
What, you're just going to completely passively aggressively walk over the whole...
Shout out to Keita as well, the new coach of compLexity. He's been there for about 2 months since they started that kind of rebuild period, right? He was a British Source player. He's never been a household name, but he's always been known within the UK scene as being a very smart player who knows all the smokes, all the strategies, understands the game very well. He's the analyst of compLexity, while the major. For example, now he's a full-time coach, and I think that's a great addition. Hopefully we'll see his work come on the server very soon. We'll see whether they've got some new interesting ideas as we get into round 3. A bit of a bonus situations, if you will, for compLexity. You can see they're keeping their MP9s up for masses. Up against the AKs now, they're getting aggressive here, but it's not going to work out, at least for the first kill. The second is a lot better for them, as Def brings it down to a 4-on-4. He can recover the AK as well.
Sick did have a smoke, so it will be deployed to lock them in and retrieve that AK-47. That's perfect. If he can get away, scar free, he does. Good as gold. Continuing to counter some suppressive fire now, but this looks like a very poised third round.
Yeah, in-game leader now, Rifler, and a bit of an AWPer as well. Def can do it all. I think he's terribly underrated in terms of what he does for this team. He's been in compLexity a long time now, and he seems to be getting better and better. Great player all round, and unfortunately not this time. Will get the best of him. Lovely little duel there, brings in the man advantage. It calls a rotation, of course, as no one's left on the B side of the map. But we got to Shazam now to fend them off. Incendiary to buy some time, but going to hold on to it, and they'll go back towards A once again. We have got Sick and the aforementioned Obo. We want to see him have one of his big sequences, show us what he's made of. He's one of the most mechanically gifted players in North America right now. We want to see whether he can salvage this round of compLexity.
Hearing Sean Gares say that he knew he'd
That's
be
big praise.
Yeah, Sean Gares watched your stream and knew immediately you'd be a pro. That's, I don't know what you're doing. Well, it's probably stuff like, not like that. Finally going to close it off onto Sanji. That was the Mac-10 though. The hard hitters are about to burst out of apartments. They leap towards Pit. No immediate contact. A warning shot from Obo will draw their attention that way as he looks to reposition alongside his teammate. It's Sick who is going to be the linchpin to success here. There's no eyes on balcony right now. He's going to make a song and dance about it though. Throwing that Molotov could seal his fate. Worried about library. Shazam coming in from one side. Nice connection from Jay. Traded though. Shazam needs to hit this shot. It's a hard one onto Kick It and Kick It. He started this round. He does look like he's going to be able to finish it. 30 frags on Banana, and they close that on A. AVANGAR find their first.
Absolutely do. It's a nice one as well. 2 players surviving. I really thought that Sick and his flank towards the apartments there, he could have capitalized upon that so much. Obo was doing all the work. He was even firing grenades off, speculative shots through smoke. Everyone was looking in that direction. Your linchpin, like you said, Obo was up there. Sorry, Sick was up there, ready and waiting to strike. He threw the incendiary from the apartments, kind of gave up his position straight away, right? He could have just swung out there once the bomb was planted, maybe got a couple of kills, at least got the attention away from Arch, and then his teammates could have helped him out.
Right, it did look like, and correct me if I'm wrong, they were playing for the retake there.
Exactly.
The fact that Obo was on long, the fact that Sick was
in that sort of scenario, the bomb's down, you've got that great position, you've got to use it, what you've got at that stage, I think.
Ooh, talking of what you've got, Ricky's got some high octane pushing. It didn't quite convert. Buster, body shots, does take him down. Aggressive towards middle and already having to operate at a disadvantage. Sure, some damage done. It's going to be Andrew down to 58. Buster a little lower. Somewhat of a machine angle. I tend to opt for this one. It's very wide and very pokey. You can get shot in the backside as well, but that's why Obo does start to reposition.
Well, he's got so much intel there. He can see that his teammates have actually rotated towards B. They have confirmed that no one's on the A side of the map. He'll hold that by himself, and Shazam to be baited in. He's at the half wall. He's got a teammate, Sandbags as well. Def to try and take all the aggro away. And it's to be Kick Out, who had such a strong opening in the last round to challenge this first. Bomb's heading towards middle, actually. They didn't check the half wall at all. Free kill for Shazam, but there is a reply. Obo, he had to be stronger than that. Yeah, that might be a save in itself, especially with that kill coming in. I don't think they have much to say about this now.
You could see they were throwing so, like, the jumping just on the spot in Banana, trying to draw out utility from the CTs. They would Shazam by that half wall. He could hear every single pin drop in Banana. AVANGAR just turn tail and run straight towards the A site. So a quick save, Sick and Def keeping hold of their force.
Yeah, well, there it is. Great reads, nice positioning. compLexity came into this round with not much at all. They had the rifles, but they had bare bones utility. Got Obo in towards the bedroom position. He's watching towards second middle, essentially confirming no one's towards the A side of the map. They stack towards B. They started to come back there. Obo gets one kill there. Maybe they have enough time to justify a retake, but he got nothing. His teammate goes down towards B as well, even though Shazam was gifted a free kill. And Sanji can certainly justify going a bit of a hunt. He's got the UMP. Def might be in trouble. Looks like he's been spotted, but still, he'll get the shot. Doesn't have to recover that weapon. It's only the UMP, and they will keep 2 weapons up into the next round. So nice work there. Still, it will be the round for AVANGAR. They're going to tie things up at this point. 2 weapons saved. I would say a tactical timeout required at this point for compLexity. Discuss your options. Best of 1. We've seen some very interesting results. I'll say that much so far in the tournament. Anything can happen in this format. And do they invest much further? It doesn't look like it. 1 Zeus for Ricky, and that's about it. HE for Obo. Two M4s, do they stick together? You got Sick and Def, so look out for 1 and 5. They're actually both towards B. So they might be suggesting, let's get the pistols to battle at the corner and sandbags like they are right now, suggesting it's a B stack, but only with the pistols there. Ricky to get a Zeus kill in the apartments. Actually doesn't look too bad. No, this could work out.
It looks promising. It certainly does. Fight finds 1 and 2. James' flash was too damn good. Nice work from Buster to find the heads, just keeping things nice and neat and tidy. That's what I wanted to see. The Zico plays dividends for Ricky. But this round should be over. I say that if Sick gets this one, suddenly it's a 2v2. That M4, he saved it, and now could save the round. Round 5 going from bad to worse for a Vanguard. 6 in trouble, though, on the fountain, dancing, trying to dip away towards Nubox. James looking to save the day and has done so. Ricket is a mile away. He got that Zeus kill. He's got an unarmored Mac 10. It really was all on one man, and Sick could do no more.
Yeah, he already had 2 kills. They did what they could. We saw that one building up there. The E-code players at the front line suggesting there's just them there. They go through and the rifle finds a couple, but now a 2 versus 1, like he said. Mac 10 with no armor, no kits. It's unlikely he gets much more than saving the AK and falling away. Especially now he's been spotted by looks of things, but he does have the Molotov. That'll force the run out, give him a chance to take him down, but as soon as it's 1 bullet to the chest, that aim punch is going to remove you from the equation, and it will be another round for AVANGAR. Remember, there's no force buy there from the North Americans. They just saved their weapons. They got 3 kills, wasn't too bad, and we'll see whether they've got a convincing buy going into the next round here. And it didn't save anyone at all, but did manage to damage AVANGAR slightly. I would say compLexity the favourites coming to this one, just because AVANGAR, they haven't looked great recently since Adren's joined. There has been quite a turbulent season for them, I'd say, but they have done a 20-day bootcamp, Alex.
That's a long one.
Most teams can get pretty decent over a 20-day bootcamp, I would say, so let's see what we've got.
Or there is the alternative theory that sometimes you can play too much
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this again, bloody hell.
Yeah, you're right.
20 days of Counter-Strike, and now you've got to spend 2 weeks competing for $1 million. I mean, it's a lot of video game. But it is truly their livelihoods, and it's their passion looking to do damage. They picked up a major champion, by the way. I mean, that's something. That's going to be a whole lot of experience that the likes of Sanji, Kickit, Buster have never really experienced before. Jane too.
Yeah, they've certainly got a nice recipe. These are accomplished players. These are players we've heard of now. The last couple of years, they've proven themselves, but the last 6 months has been underwhelming. That's the only issue here. But it is, as you can see, bare bones of compLexity. They have an MP9 for Sick. They do have rifles, but only 1 kit. Now they've only got a couple of smokes remaining as well, as they've given away full banana control to AVANGAR. They really have a lot to work with here. They're going to send Buster in at the very top. Just confirming that the sandbags and barrels are clear indeed. And now it looks like an execution towards B will be coming through. All 5 players on this side of the map. They've got the smokes required, the flashes as well. They could double pump this, they really wanted to. I think they might just send in a player with a smoke down towards Coffins, flash over, and to see whether they can find some quick, surprising kills there. They're right at the corner, so it suggests they will go through like that. Buster's going to go for it.
Sick has the SMG, close quarters, he could do damage. Def does find 1. Sick looking for a second with the MP9. Pound for pound, a strong SMG, but not strong enough to overcome Kicker. Already they have the sight, it's completely forgone. Def's playing somewhat of the waiting game as he catches another one. That was Kickit. Bomb loose. Looking like a problem for Sanji and James. What can you do? James has to be the hero. He's already paid a heavy price. Smoke down towards construction, but they're all coming through CT. Line up and collect. It's going to stay level. 3 and 3 for compLexity and AVANGAR.
Well, there we go. The MP9s and the lack of utility works out there for compLexity. Oh, here we go. It's the odds. Like, why are we looking at 1.6 Inferno? What's happening?
My brain. I thought I was having like a seizure or something.
Yeah, brought to you by GG.bets. So you can see AVANGAR are the heavy favourites to this stage, and we're not playing 1.6 Inferno.
Thank goodness.
Just a fun little thing we've got going on there.
Just a tank meme. Come on now. Let's see what Shazam's up to. Still no AWPs. I haven't seen a single Zoom banger. Round 7 of Inferno. Best of ones, it's all Swiss. If you have just joined us and are yet to get your head around the format, they'll be playing all those best of ones until we have some champions into the best of 3s. Smoke does just tickle Adrent. B really has been the focus for both of the games we've casted here on Inferno. It's been the site most popular on the T side.
It's AVANGAR going for it again, but this time Def. Yeah, it's a little bit more heavier arsenal. He's got the AK-47, means he can keep up with the duels and the one-taps. Buster seems to be the point man for them. He's always at the front, ready to go in at the corner. Def, great position though. Might find himself in a bit of trouble here. smoke down. Very strong smoke in response, and we'll see if AVANGAR wants to get this.
They do, Def. He's only going to get one. Sick has to come up, Trump here. He does have the support of Shazam. He's on his way in. Sick desperately trying to survive. Adrian does find him. Now they have the site. 3 versus 3. Shazam, he's first on. He will be smoked out. Does he choose to be ballsy? Adrian actually does choose to re-smoke that, so locked out for another 15. The kit is present. Trying to suppress through that smoke. He knows it's a nice likelihood. That's a perfect flash to force him back, but so brave to try and cross all the way. Re-smoke, they're using these nades perfectly.
Yeah, that might be it in itself. That's such a strong smoke. They've got to go back for ruins. Now they have got kills. They need to find kills very quickly. Shazam taking care of that.
Wow.
Nice work. And Sanji left the CZ. The full defuse will start to come in now, and it looks like they've actually fended them off. Is the defuse in? It looks like we're absolutely fine, ladies and gentlemen. compLexity somehow bring that round back. You are absolutely spot on. The AVANGAR had that round tied up. The utility was down. It was looking great. The CTs are funneled towards ruins, but Shazam, he said he hasn't seen an all from him, and that's why. He's very versatile. He's a great all-rounder. He doesn't just need the AWP to perform. He can do it with rifles as well. 2 big kills. That second one towards well, especially. The fact he gets the headshot on that spray, very difficult shot, lands it, and at that point, Sanji with the CZ towards Banana, no chance at all. Let's have a look at the replay on this POV. You see the 180 swing around there, and still, Adren had no idea what happened to him. That's really quite magical from Shazam.
Great replays and stuff from Starladder and all of that stuff. But just the creek for kick it, and we'll see what he's going to be up to. Nades do rain in. Another one. My goodness, he's actually lucky to be still breathing with 80 HP. So many thrown towards him, and now he's looking to have the element of surprise, and it's all gone. Squandered. There is a creek in play.
There is one.
But what else is in the arsenal? Very little is the answer to that question. compLexity, I'm sure, will find that answer shortly. Still some Kevlar. James invested himself into a somewhat of a vest.
Kevlar vest.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, it's not just a stringer. He's not off to the gym.
So kick out with the Krieg here. You can see they try to boost up, but that hasn't really worked out. Incendiaries will be problematic as well. There's a lot of sound cues coming out from that Buster. You're in trouble, my friend. He sits in the corner. He's got flashbangs and grenades all around him. He still has a decent amount of HP, all things considered, as he still makes his way through, looking for the 1D opportunities. Everyone's going through now. Bomb down. That'll cause rotations here. Smoke the Sick, and his teammate Def will just rain down just that from above, from those coffins. Looks like Sick is in a prime position there, no problem at all for compLexity. Just Jane remaining, and down he goes. It's compLexity 5, AVANGAR 3, and their money's still not in a great position. Sanji with just 2,400 there, as they'll struggle into this next round. He's 2-8 at this stage. As Obo, the boy wonder, yet to see him really light things up.
Yeah, it makes sense to call the timeout, right? Get your head in order. James, $50 short of the AWP as well.
Yeah, we haven't seen many AWPs at all. It's been a back and forth game, to be fair. There's compLexity now really getting on their feet, looking like the more dominant team, I would say, overall. I haven't seen that much to suggest that AVANGAR have got a crazy deep playbook on this map, but it's very early days. They've been focusing toward that B side of the map. They've been granted access time and time again, so it makes sense they keep going in.
But a microcosm of the game so far, I think, is the pistol. You know, AVANGAR having all of that, Def smoke, like it's utility that did save compLexity, and it has been time after time. We've seen AVANGAR, they're put into awkward positions, one, by Shazam and his heroics, but also by the utility usage of the CTs. It is going to be all the AKs and Sanji's sacrifice. He's going pure utility.
Yeah, P250, smoke, Molotov, and flashes. It's fine. One player on the pistol, and you have your grenades. It means you're going for a set piece. Essentially, you'll be having objectives in mind towards the end of this round. Double A cheese doesn't do too much. Kickout does get a taste of it, though, down to 79. And Buster, once again, ready to fight towards B, as he'll be waiting for the aggression at the very start. CTs haven't been forcing the issue on this side of the map too much. They have been getting control, but they haven't been pushing right out the T steps so much. As now they might be changing that, as they've gone for late incendiaries. And now you can hear the extinguished flames at the bottom there suggest the Ts are falling back.
Choose to push on it. This is a big call from compLexity. They're going aggressive right up, face to the smoke. Spray in, jump through. 6 behind enemy lines. He's going to lie in wait here. It does lose down, but they are paranoid, and that's smart from Buster. They passed through the smoke. There was flashes and everything, but still Buster cognizant that there was 2 CTs, and he could only find 1.
Yeah, that was really cool. I thought there was a chance for a couple of CT kills there. Snuck through. There was a moment where it looked like he maybe had 3 kills on the cards, but a 5-on-3 in favor of AVANGAR, and Obo knows he needs information here. He's pushing towards middle. Shazam just about not the cleanest of kills, but they all count. 5 on 2. Ricky, he's currently sat on 1 and 4. I don't think he'll be getting multiple frags here, but there is no slowing down towards one. There is a chance. Lovely work to open things up. There's a chance to get low as well. Doesn't connect. That looked like it was his. If he gets that kill, he probably pushes them back towards Banana.
Look how quick Obo is, though, on the tail. Like, James, he's going to turn around at 180, responsible for Banana just in the nick of time. And now Obo, yeah, I think he's going to try and get out of dodge. He realizes he's kind of in the hurt locker now. Can't really go one way or the other. James will seal his fate. 5 to 4.
Well, there we have it. Money should be... it's actually okay. Shazam has 8k, so he'll certainly buy an AWP now. Like 100%. He'll get the AWP out. His teammates will do what they can. He's sick with $1,400. We'll see. Sick. Not happy with the performance there. It looked like Ricky actually had a chance to close that one out. Even
with the low HP,
yeah, if he takes some kick out, they didn't have another smoke. There's a chance they fall back towards B and run into the warm embrace of Obo there at the bottom. There was a real case to be made, but either way, there's the AWP for Shazam. Fantastic CT Inferno player. Watch out for his aggression. He's going to need it this round considering the buy they have. You can see a lack of utility and firepower in some cases as well. Sick and death down to the FAMASs here. Get to another default, this time not challenging for B whatsoever, but Ricky trying to get towards the end of apartments here with Obo. Going to have a nice little stack here. Can be very good. Also can fall apart very quickly unless you get quick kills there. There's a chance of a double spray down from the T's. We'll see who it favors as Shazam watches towards the underpass.
Nothing there just yet. James was just about to do his best groundhog impression. He does swing.
That's what I meant. That's what can happen.
That's the downside of the setup.
If you get one kill and fall back, it's great, but there is a strong chance that happens too.
Wow, yeah. Once again, the gaming shoes, Henry, are really paying off. You can see all of this coming.
A squeaky clean.
Does take Sick out of the equation on CT. This is a fantastic round from AVANGAR, and it's good to know that the A site can be hit too. Haven't seen this one in about 8 rounds. In trouble, doesn't hit the shot. Sanji will close it out, and this should be the end of that. Def just wandering through CT spawn, seeing if he can upgrade his FAMAS before this round concludes. Maybe take a couple away from the AVANGAR boys.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he can do.
The AVANGAR boys?
AVANGAR boys, yeah.
There's something there.
There is something there. T-shirt, perhaps. Ouch, Buster is a little sharp now. Heard all about this kid, and he looks like he's a very competent rifler, I would say. Working towards that B side of the map, usually finding the headshots when required, even when things get chaotic. It's a huge round for them to win. We said that was a difficult buy, regardless of complexity in the last round. They didn't really make a dent on it. Shazam stifled on the A site, did have a chance for a couple of kills, but very difficult shots, doesn't work out for him. And you see Def now, newly appointed in-game leader, discussing with the coach what they're going to do. They have got a vast array of strategies. Their ecos are something quite brilliant, actually. Their full ecos is always a chance they can win these rounds because they have really nice, interesting setups. Absolutely. They don't just treat it like, oh, it's a throwaway round. They try and win every single round with these little tricks they have, great stacks and interesting approaches to the game. AVANGAR, though, should be slowing this right down. They know the eco's coming up.
Yeah, I really love it when you see a team who does do these ecos, kind of these well thought through ecos. They just invest just that one little flashbang. Of course, you can see their funds. No one's willing to make that sacrifice, but just seeing the power of utility when used correctly. We've already seen examples of it. And into round 11, let's see what they can do with absolutely diddly squat. That's British for not much. There it is. That's what I wanted to see. Ricky went back to spawn for the Zeus.
He's like, you know what, guys? Now this doesn't look quite right.
Yeah, there was a problem here. I fixed it. Don't worry.
So you can see, like I said, complexity got a 4-man like stack towards the quad side.
Is it boosted, I wonder?
Yeah, they've probably got a little tower on the ledge by Boiler Room. So they're giving everything they've got. Ricky with the Zeus managed to get a kill with that before, albeit on a Mac 10 user. Fortunately for Def, he is alone, but he does get a headshot in, only for 30 damage, but still might be enough to dissuade them. We'll see. 4-man stack towards A and an open B bomb site essentially. Buster could just walk into this one. There's waiting for any CTs to gather information there, but with 5 players here, and
no way. No way. What? He's tagging another one. You've got 28 P. Where is your... How is he still breathing? I don't understand.
They're getting a little bit worried now.
He's crossed away. He's managed to sneak away completely out of the line of sight. He's managing to make it look like there are so many more players here than there are. Bless him. Not much more, unfortunately, for him, I assume. Adrian will find him, and while the site's clear, the bomb will go down, and the CT's retaking with 3 USPs, a P2K, and a Zeus. It's not the most appealing of prospects, that's for sure.
That's a good point.
Thanks, man.
It looked like Def actually did enough there. The fact he got that one kill, dinked another.
How did they not go back?
Well, the thing is he had a P2000, right? So the fact he's got a P2000, if that's the firepower they got there, sure, you can actually take him down, no problem. If you had a CZ who's getting those kills, you might think twice about it. But he's got a P2000. It's a very difficult gun to get any kills with against armor. So they just stuck to their guns. The fact is as well, they didn't have any map control at all. If they had a player in second middle, sure, they might have to fall back, but they have no idea the CT's right in their hills right now. They're towards the underpass, and Obo and co won't necessarily get any rifles out of this, but they're certainly causing some damage, Alex.
This is clever. Love it. Buster's in trouble from the bomb as well. He's gone down. Just Sanji remaining.
They've got an AWP.
And they've got an AWP and an AK out of it. That's something. That's more than something. Complexity, patience with their USPs. The fact that Def got one to open, we thought that was the bonus. That was the golden egg. Instead, they get weapons, and almost all of AVANGAR are forced into the grave.
Very, very interesting round. Well, it is going to be 6-5. AVANGAR taking the lead here on the T side of Inferno. They've won 3 rounds in a row.
Gambling, though. All of them. They could have just ran through CT. I mean, wow.
Well,
AWP's in play.
Yeah, we've got Shazam, the spearhead of the operation. 4 players in total towards B. And I assume a very aggressive pick. We get just that, Alex, but it's a lovely shot. This time from kick up. He'll take down the AWPer, and the CTs are in a lot of trouble here. They need to get some kills in response here. Buster not slowing down whatsoever. He's waiting by the sandbag check there, so he's got another kill. Indeed, he has. Molotov to actually segregate the CTs at this point. You can see they can't back it up whatsoever. They stuck there, the 4-man stack there. Sick might be good for 2. Def will bring things into an equal kill. Even kill. It's going to be kick out who will be sent packing as well. So a 3-on-3. It looked like a massive advantage for AVANGAR. Back towards A they go, and this time we have got one player there.
Yeah, Obo, he's playing called Zera's box. We'll see what he can do with it. Molotov towards Pit won't render any information. He gets 1. The second, it's so much harder, but he still thrives. That's 2, and that is the round. Complexity, 3 versus 5. They turn it around.
Yeah, great stuff there. AVANGAR, they get 2 kills towards B, but that's the beauty of the 4-man stack, I suppose, because you assume no one else is going to be there. They had 2 more players, still fighting, still finding kills. Sick manages to push them back towards A, and we see what Oppo's capable of. You said it's a cold Zera box, but look how well played that is. Close range of the York, denying the plant, buying some time for Def to swing around as well. So there it is, 6-6 after losing the first 2 players. They're 1 round away from breaking the money of AVANGAR. So this is a huge swing round here, as Ricky will be leading this time towards B.
Not discouraged from his early death. Shazam looks for early info again. They're straight down middle. There's a timer on this peak, and the timer is on the tees through second mid. James about to poke his head out. It's quick, and it's preemptive. Nice work from Shazam. That's first blood drawn, and he can scamper away into the site safely with a smoke to keep the tees locked in.
You can see he's been watching the demos. He knows the tendencies of James there. That would have been key to his job, to work out how the AWP will be operating on the T side, work out what he likes to do if you don't see him at T steps, and you can see him ready and waiting for that exact peak. So he definitely has an understanding of how James likes to approach the game. That also gets inside your head of your AWPer as well. You know, I know exactly how I play. He's 1 step ahead of me here, and they've got a nice 5-4 advantage. AVANGAR's still in the round. They've got 3 players towards the top of B. Kick up, using the smoke towards CT spawn as Def rotates towards the coffins.
Wow, Kickert was talking a whole lot there. He's coordinating something. Smoke goes out. Looking to push in on this, and he now using the smoke to cross into Sick. Nice flash from Sanji, and Kickert, he's opened up the site. Wide open as well. The CTs are miles away. That bomb can go in their own leisure as they clear out the corners, and now it's down to Rickett, Obo, and Shazam should they desire.
I don't think this is worth it, this one.
Yeah, playing the percentages, we talk about them.
Yeah, the money's not great. You've got an AWP up as well. You've got about 5 more seconds to work out what the play is here. They've got Ricky actually in towards the ruins. Nice shot. There might be a chance now.
Ricky's close.
Yeah.
If he can catch that banana player, Snowdy can take that fight for free. There's another one on banana and one up on the box. Kickert's gone. They've done it against all odds. My goodness, they certainly didn't have the percentages.
No, they didn't. They really didn't. Shazam with 3 kills in the round. AVANGAR had that one under lock and key. The bomb was down. The smokes are deployed. It was looking like with the AWP retake, that wouldn't even be possible.
That's 2 of those impossible retakes now.
That's shocking. The AVANGAR shouldn't be giving those ones up. They weren't even touching the bomb, and they're getting straight up jewels there before they've even got near the site. And there we go. Stepping up, you can see what it means to Obo. Big round.
Huge round.
Like we said, if they win that one, they potentially break the money of AVANGAR there. So that's massively beneficial for the North Americans. Steph looks relatively happy with it.
To call a timeout after a victory like that, perhaps that might just be the cooldown. You know, I don't see many mouths moving. That's just probably take a breath.
I like that approach. When you know you've won a massive round, you shouldn't have gone there. Not only is your adrenaline flowing, you know the other team are stewing over on the other side of the server, right? You want them to sit and bicker about it, think about what just happened, maybe overthink the situation as well. And it's an interesting one. You win a round,
because now you're forced to talk about it. Yeah. It's like, well, no, guys, we haven't got time. Oh, but we do.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, I guess we have to point fingers now.
Well, Kickhead's feeling it. He got 2 opening kills. He's like, guys, I got 2 opening kills towards B, and he still didn't win the round. I'm going to buy up Krieg now. Going to get the armor. I'm going to show you how it's done once again.
So much in that round, man. Just reminding me. Yeah, Kicker, he really opened that one up against the odds as well. Great game of Counter-Strike so far between these two. compLexity and AVANGAR. Yeah, 2 unknown entities, really.
And there's another one. The headshot of the Krieg does open things up. Kick up once again, cracks up on the B side. Sick, who has to pick up the pieces. Good grenade. Significant damage towards Adren, one of the few players without Kevlar there, so he goes down to 54.
That M4 looks juicy.
Yeah, he wants up.
It's not really within his wheelhouse to defend it, but now that 3 arrive, they can. Looks like a bit of a re-aggress.
I heard them say they're going to flash over B there. We actually can hear players down there. I've got some supersonic area. They've done it as well. They flashed over B, and they've got control of that area now. So trying to get information for Obo. He's been left compromised on this A site alone a few times now. It's when he's got backup, he seems to thrive. When he's alone, maybe not so much.
Let's see what he can do this time then. Back on his box. Pistols, close quarters. He does have the support Shazam, but it's far away, locked out. The Molotov will. Oh no! It's okay. It's okay. He's on the box. Shazam pushing through. He gets punished. Obo goes hunting. Kicker into response. He's making that Krieg sing. He would have to make this the 1 versus 2. Ace. Kicker trying to do it all. Bomb down. No, choosing to fake it. He knows they're closing the gap. Chance gets the opportunity. 1 versus 1. Rick is too quick.
Damn. Okay, that incendiary from Shazam, that would have been such a...
it would be a meme.
A clown fiesta if it landed on top of the box. Where he
forces him to swing.
Whew, that would have been something quite special, but it was actually quite perfect because then they can't even swing around and check that position, right? They don't even know he's there. Obo felt he was going down any seconds, jumped through the flames and basically bayonets a player trying to get on the bomb site there.
Bayonet.
So that was cool. So it did work out in the end, but it certainly was dicey as we go into the final round here. Kick up with the Krieg once more, and Sanji with the MAC-10. Double AWP setup here. This is what I wanted to see. Ricky, for me, back in 2015 was a fantastic AWPer, and we're seeing more and more of that now as this team evolves. compLexity, that is, seeing whether he can step up with the sniper still. Good grenades. Bust up, down to 73.
It's such a staple now. Those nades always a nuisance. Somewhat of a rarity to have full HPT side when they're looking to hit the site. I mean, it's just so difficult to overcome, other than patience.
The final round of the first half here. About what you expect for Inferno. A lot of people think it's synonymous with CT sides. It's actually not. These days, it's actually relatively even. It's still certainly a CT-sided map generally.
Bloody hell.
When that sort of stuff's happening, though, maybe not so much. It's Bust, who's been incredibly impressive on this side of the map, and now Sick will have to be just that. So he's going to hold them off. 4 players making their way towards B. He is alone, but he has got a smoke and a flashbang. What can he do with it?
Let's find out. Smoke himself, it's going to enable him to just have a bit more of an environment to push through. He can actually push through that smoke should he want to, trying to feign it. The flashes and the nades, all eyes on him. His CT comrades are on the rotate. 1 through Banana.
Oh, he's locked them in.
They are in the box now. There is 1 loose end.
They have no ideas. They've got a watching second middle. They think this is clear. They have no idea there's even a possibility. They're going to start panicking now. Problem is, Adren can come kill Def, but 30 seconds remaining. They need to do it very quickly indeed.
Yeah, he's hunting. I think he's aware of it, though. You can see that he's turned around. Def is a cognizant that Adren's coming through. Sanji on one side. Does put the smoke down. Def trying to hold on. Tags him up, but this round is looking really awkward now. The bomb's on the way towards B. 15 seconds. Shazam, if he hits this shot, that's Sanji dead on the cross. Bomb loose. They have to pick it up. They're scarpering into the hands of Buster. He's already got a double kill, but now he's got to hit that bomb down as well. Kick it on the hunt, goes down. 2 versus 2. Swings with the CZ. Damage converted by Obo. 1 versus 1.
Wow.
Both of these players have put in quite the show this half, but even this round now, 1 versus 1. Buster to save the 7th for AVANGAR.
He's going to full out. I can see it by the look of it.
Kit.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Through the box. Obo's not got a chance. Nice work. 8-7. Dead even half.
I thought he was going with the full defuse there. That would have been nuts with 10 seconds to go. But right down the middle there. 8-7. Really interesting game. Yes, I'm not sure who will come out on top, Alex. But one thing I do know is we'll find out after this break.
AVANGAR taking on compLexity in an 8-7 half on Inferno. It's their very first game of the Berlin Major. It's the Starladder Berlin Major, and we find ourselves in the beautiful city of Berlin, which does seem to thrive in the summer. I'm telling you, sun's out, Germany delivers. We've been having a great time.
I've had a great time. It's a lovely part of the world, one I haven't explored nearly enough. But
Beers in the park after this, Hank.
I think so.
Maybe not today.
At midnight?
Maybe not today.
We have got a lot of CS to get through. We've got 4 after this, so let's see what time we finish, and I might take you up on that offer. P250 for Shazam. They've got a B set up by the looks of things, the 2 smokes and flashbangs there, and we'll see whether that comes through. They are heading on that side right now. A little flash at the start, and Buster will be boosted up. You don't see this too much in the pistol rounds, but it makes sense. Anyone walking up will be taken down. 6 actually snuck in towards garbage there, so we'll see whether that position will catch them off guard. Either way, a bomb side looks to be the final finish for compLexity, sending everyone they can towards a quad, and no initial kills coming out of AVANGAR.
So much information for Adret, and then Obo just beheads him. Huge shot towards Graveyard, sends him packing. And Bomb can go down safely. He was actually the bomb carrier, so brazen to charge into the side, of course supported by entirety of his team.
Oh, this is too good.
That's such a strong angle. Should be at least 1 second there as well. Shazam will finish that one off eventually. One would assume it will be given to Sick. Nice little goosh, yeah.
Well, that's quite lovely from compLexity. Initial B control, taking the vision away from the CTs, and they're falling right back, and they've got 2 players very much committed towards that corner. Then, just an explosion towards the A side there. That quad burst from the compLexity boys, and Obo really showing us what he's made of now. We didn't expect those sort of kills to come in. Looked like AVANGAR were ready for that sort of push towards quad, but he absolutely rails 2 of them, and it will be a full eco here from AVANGAR. Nothing really invested. A deagle for kicker, a flashbang for Buster, suggests some sort of stack towards middle, flash over, try and get a couple of kills, and we'll see if compLexity slow it right down. I hope they will, and just want to see what you're up against, confirm whether it's a buy or an eco here. The deagle, no quick hits, very good with it, but Sick, not bad at the AK either, it seems. In 16 kills now. Molotov down, Buster recovers the Desert Eagle, but not really much he can do apart from fall back here.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. What I think is so impressive about Obo's story is not only is he such a youngster, but he was also, I think his first, like his trial for his first team was on LAN at ECS. Like that's, not many players' first Counter-Strike team audition is live on a stage, but yeah, thrown into the deep end is a perfect way to describe it. Sick. He is swimming. Buster gone 2.
Well, they've got the 5-on-3. B bomb side open. I love this patience. Yeah, absolutely. That is making sure that no one's giving anything away. You've got a MAC-10 here. That's disposable, essentially. You don't need the MAC-10 going forward. If they run in towards B now and there's a CZ stack, which they're not aware of, that could all fall apart. But Def now making his way towards CT spawn. He's going to get there first and make sure everything's clear for them. He's holding off rotations, and this looks like an absolute lock-in. It was a full eco, of course, for AVANGAR, but still, you want to make sure you survive with everyone, right?
Let's not forget how compLexity's full eco went. They managed to take all of the weapons away from AVANGAR. Sure, you concede the round, but no real damage done by AVANGAR here.
Yeah, in today's game, you can't risk being sloppy in these sort of rounds, even though you know they're on eco. You don't have to even hump those kills. You confirm they're on essentially just USPs at this point. That was unlucky. You don't expect to die there, but still, they will recover the rifle. 3 players still alive at the CTs, believe it or not. Deft is trying to tap away here at the MAC-10. He's done really significant damage.
And you said it's disposable. That's a free $600. Should he? I say free. Clearly, Adrent didn't get the memo. Takes the easy headshot for him. To wrap this one up, there's another $600 in the back pocket of Shazam. There was another there. Sanji, that's smart, will return to where his teammate fell. Should be unchecked from now on. We'll be able to perhaps catch one banana. He's quick. No, nice work from Shazam. Tucks himself in. Ooh.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you.
Well, nothing gained and nothing lost there. Sanji, as we get into the next round, that was the full eco, remember. They get a couple of kills, not too bad, but still only 2 AKs were brought into that round, so compLexity should be absolutely fine. They didn't give anything away in that regard. Here's the odds from GG Bet. You can see compLexity are the favourites at the current scoreline. They're on the T side now, and AVANGAR. And work it out for them. What kind of setup will they have going forward? This is where the rifles will come out, but there will be compromises made. You can see MP9s and James Orp. We haven't seen anything from him so far, really, like in terms of the AWP potential. CT side, though, you have a lot more options, so hoping to see him come online.
Very, very risky, though. Let's not forget, no Kevlar vest present. James could be vulnerable to some of the utility usage we've seen coming out from compLexity's T side. No shortage of it, of course, this time. SMGs for the B hold.
Yeah, Nice. Nice work from Def. Didn't need too much backup there. Nice middling smoke towards the banana area. Sage manages to get up, confirm there's no CT pressure on that side of the map. Let's go for our little set piece here towards A. A couple of flashes out of the apartments. This is a full-on contact play. I love it. It's not going to work out. A couple of kills for Adren. No problem at all. I like the idea for compLexity to mix up the pace, but Adren was certainly ready for it. So is Jame and Shazam. Indeed, Def left in the 3 versus 2, but the Orba Jame might be able to pick up his second kill right now.
I mean, Jame, yeah, this should be a freebie for him. Now, with the shot fired, Shazam can start putting bullets in. That's the absence of the Kevlar.
Got to be careful with no armor.
He's back at it again. Watch out. Def and Shazam, they have won impossible, quote-unquote, rounds before. This one, certainly not impossible. 30 seconds, bomb just on the site, so the commitment's clear. Jame has retreated towards library. That is a powerful weapon from that angle, and Def meets his demise. 20 seconds. They know exactly where he is, and Adren, that's a lovely kitchen. Just tapping at the very tippy top of Shazam's bright blonde hair.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's why. That's actually why he could get that shot.
Sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, watch out.
Well, there it is. AVANGAR with a convincing one. So, compLexity just mixing the pace up. Like I said, this isn't the worst approach. You've been very, very methodical default so far. Right. You're just changing the pace up to two of your keenest fraggers out of the apartments, hopefully catch a player off guard. But Adren, anything but. They focus towards the bomb site, gets 2 quick kills, and the Orba Jame does survive somehow, even though he kind of fumbled the jump towards the bomb site here. 10-8, and a full eco for compLexity, just P250s, no armor. They got 1 smoke, 1 flash. Just going to try and get a bomb plant out of this one. Best he can maybe hope for is smoking the site itself towards me, flashing over and sending 5 players in. That's if you even get banana control. The grenade's going to hurt a lot. Def down to 60 points of health. The second grenade comes in. This one not as successful, but they have got full banana control on the CT side. They've confirmed they're up against pistols, so they're going to send 4 players towards A and just keep Buster with the Krieg towards that banana area. And he's playing a very smart game. He's him jumping over there. He just wants information. He still has an incendiary and a smoke, so he's happy to play that by himself. He'll probably drop the smoke first and buy some time for a rotation, then drop the incendiary when the full commitment comes through. There's the smoke. If he detects further threat, he'll drop the incendiary in front of it.
Boost to peek onto Buster could be the play.
Def boosting though. He wants the Deagle to go out there, really.
You'd think so. Molotov just in his grasp. They did manage to pull 1 rotator, re-smoke the Molotov in response, but it's too far deep, and now they're closing the gap. You said a bomb plant's the mission. Well, they've already got themselves on the site. This is quite peculiar. Buster lining them up and knocking them down. Only gets 2, and Quick gets there to wrap this one up. But bomb plant achieved. Everything compLexity set out to do, they have done.
Nice. You're absolutely right there. They get the bomb planted, they get 1 kill. That was about what they all were. They had 1 smoke and a flash and 1 Desert Eagle. That was about it. They'll be happy with the plant, and AVANGAR will be happy to keep 4 players alive as they make sure they distribute the weapons around accordingly here. Judgment from them is Adren, making sure that their weapons get their designated position. So that's a very strong round from AVANGAR. Starting to close the gap now on the CT side. Still anyone's game here, as we'll see compLexity start to reel it in, work out what the next move is going to be. They've tried to mix things up, and that led them to a financial disaster. So what's the next play? Back to business as usual, the default, so they're going to try and keep running with something a little bit avant-garde. We'll see Shazam with the T-side AWP. He's got 15 kills to his name, so is Obo. At the very top, though, is Sick with 19. We're seeing
4
AVANGAR.
CTs at the start?
compLexity did this a few times, right? So you're just getting them set up, established, without using their utility to players playing towards B. So when you leave them, they're in position with their smoke, their flashbang still, they can actually play the B bomb side.
And surprisingly, miraculously, only 13 points of damage done after all of that.
And you can see Buster and kick out the B players still have a smoke, an incendiary each, a flashbang, 2 HEs. They can really hold this like a fortress now.
Let's see what it looks like. Deep smoke on top as well. Kicker's already going to find 1 from the sandbags. If he's allowed to get away from this, I think he will. So comfortable. The flames were there. Shazam's going to catch the double.
That's actually really sick from AVANGAR.
Wow.
That 4-man play towards B to get control is really convincing. You put it off like this, and then you get double HE kills off the back of it when they think the HEs have gone. That's really cool. Sick will manage to at least pull 1 back in return. He knows he needs to be the 1-man army here, make his way towards B, and get that second kill, which he knows is available. It's a first on just for now. That's Buster, but he's gone through towards Spawn. I love it. Adren might sneak right past him here.
This is so odd. Adren's looking for him. He's expecting it. I mean, look at Adren's position. He's got his head screwed on tight. Does manage to get 1 though. Sick. That's enough damage to make this round relevant. Obo can be the hero here. He's crossed towards Pool.
Well, he knows.
He tries to draw Buster out, but stays crouched. The flash didn't quite connect either. This is, I mean, Obo's just locking in. You can hear the flames. And Wolf, Rickett's the one to find the frag. Surely not going to be able to get this bomb down, though. If it's a fountain plant, he could get caught by Jame. Bombs in.
Oof, the timing not working
did just disappear towards Nubox. I'm not sure if he caught a glimpse. He certainly hasn't reacted to it. 2 versus 2. Who's the other? It will be Sanji coming in from CT. James just waiting for his teammate. Well, his teammate's gone now, and so his opportunity is getting more and more limited. That's a huge shot into the thigh of Ricket. 1 versus 1 now, Obo. He's young, he's at the major, and he's not gonna connect the shot just yet. The plant's bad for him. James going aggressive, he knows he ought to hit the shot close quarters, he does so, and he does have time.
Oh my God.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
1 versus 2.
You hate to see that happen. Obo gets the timing perfect, didn't even expect to see the CT there, repeats it, doesn't connect the shots, and that's going to be playing on his mind.
I stand by it that shooting players in the back of the head is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Lovely shot onto Ricky. The fact that he gets that through the wall, just into the thigh, and has the presence of mind to push into that banana fight so he can make sure he has it in time for the defuse. Jane played that beautifully. He said he's been quiet. Yeah. Well, that's the perfect time to start piping up.
Exactly. If you find the round that wins you the clutch, ties things up and breaks their money, all is forgiven, Alex.
Dream.
Yeah, right? Like, he's the AWPer. Seaside AWPing is not known to be essentially very strong, but it's sick now, looking to get the Desert Eagle headshot. Jane really is coming alive now. That's fantastic, and he wants another slice of it, looks at things, as he'll be looking to all those T-steps, confirming the half wall's clear. And now he can actually be left there alone. Great opening kill. They've confirmed it's up against pistols here. Shazam with just a Glock. He'll be bringing out the AWP next round as they wait patiently towards the T-steps. James doesn't really have to do much here.
Get handed some shots. Lovely elbow peek from, I think it was Def. He's got himself a real shot at this one with the smoke and the flashback. Obo, that's absurd. Actually managed to do damage to Buster before he goes down as well. A death knell of a bullet to the belly button.
That wasn't bad at all. They have a fighting chance here. If they can somehow recover that rifle, that's great, but that's all the way in towards Arch. Def will wait towards B. His teammates going in towards the apartment position. Does Def have any grenades? So he'll probably smoke CT spawn and flash over and try and suggest they're going towards B around the 30-second mark, just to pull over one rotation, and then his teammates will get ready just to jump out of the apartments here. But Def has to go first. He's done the front of flashbang, the smoke's going in now, so he needs to try and survive it the best he can. He hasn't pulled a rotation from A. There has to be a headshot here. It needs to be a trade. Shazam needs the second kill, then there's a chance.
Takes the shot, Sanji on site. Bomb in Shazam's graph. If he wants to get that bomb plant in, he probably can get away with this one now. There's no pressure from Sanji in pit. He doesn't want to push it. Nade short, lands on his bottom, and that will be the end of the round. Def, however, still standing and spotted. Just going to slink away, perhaps be able to keep James in an awkward spot, but he can just escape to the safe hands of his teammates.
No kit.
No kit. 10-second defuse. Def gonna, I mean, what, have a go? What can you possibly do? The diffuser will come in. Slow and steady winning the race, and Sanji keeping hold of his M4. So 11-10, AVANGAR taking the lead. That's worth noting. It's been always just a little slight lead towards compLexity, certainly was on the half. 8-7, now 11-10 in favor of the AVANGAR boys.
That is brutal. The fact he did 50 damage to Buster as well, that was very nice from Obo. And a lovely call there. Like we said, compLexity don't waste these rounds. If they see even an inch of an opportunity, they'll always try and take it. Def, they have a nice fake towards B. Shazam, fantastic shot on the A side. They get the bomb planted. Sure, they didn't win the round, but it gives them an extra $800 per player just by getting that bomb down on the T side. So it's always worth getting the bomb down, get a much stronger buy going forward. And as we mentioned, Shazam bringing out the AWP now, trying to take on Jane, who's having a bit too much fun, it seems, Alex.
Yeah, T side AWPing on Inferno, it's notoriously difficult. Shazam, this is not the first time he chose to pull it out for this best of one. The opening game, worth mentioning for both these teams. Many have already played, and many big names have fallen. If you haven't been keeping track of the major, definitely worth looking up the games that interest you. I guess we should probably do somewhat of a spoiler-free broadcast, given the fact that people are, you know, working and all of that lifestyle, but...
All that stuff.
All that stuff, yeah. If you have to work, that's what we're doing, apparently, Henry, but it doesn't really feel like it.
Yeah. It's not really a job, is it?
No, I think we might just be absurdly lucky. So let's enjoy it. There's 60 seconds on the clock, and it is still that delicious and delectable full buy for both sides.
Indeed. Well, it's compLexity going for the full B execution here. I dare say Shazam will lead the charge around peak towards spawn. Really strong smoke though. AVANGAR held on to that as long as they possibly could. That's 15 seconds now. Sure, compLexity can get in position to set up for their execution here. They've got the bomb on this side of the map, but with that incendiary, it's going to be incredibly difficult to actually break down the defense of the B site here. Kicker, as soon as he sees one more bit of utilities, dropping it just like that. Perfectly done. 7 seconds now they have to wait unless they extinguish it like that. And sick. He'll do it and jump in towards the side. Buster to connect.
This is going to be such a mess. 20 seconds. Look at them all. They're all dancing around. It's so scary. Bullets connecting everywhere through the smoke, locking them out. There is no way in. Shazam's trying to find one, make one, carve it out of stone. He's got 10 seconds as he scampers away. Will get the Molotov looking for the plant. That's actually not bad. Jane won't be able to get the angle necessarily. He will, I tell a lie. Over the flames, over the wall, and over into 12-10 score, closing the gap.
Beautiful stuff from AVANGAR. If you're just joining us, in the pre-game they said they've had a 20-day boot camp coming to this tournament. I can see their CT sides are very strong right now. The timings they have there, the understanding they have of their opposition and what they have left in terms of their resources is very good. They're sending 4 players at the start. They have all their grenades available to them, and that full commitment comes in towards the B site. Buster has been very impressive throughout this series so far. Great T-side performance, lovely confidence is what I've noticed. He always seems like he's assertive in his play and he knows what he has to do to win the rounds. They managed to lock them out of the utility, and like you said, it was absolute chaos there. They finally commit. They've got no vision with the AWP. They're all flash. They can't even break through the bomb site. They haven't extinguished Molotovs. It was a nightmare for compLexity.
I would love to have the last 20 seconds, the comms from compLexity as the molly lands. I want to hear how you handle that, because it must just be chaos. So hard to change your contingency plan so quickly. James already taken down Shazam, and Kicker is about to take 2 wins through mid. Not a third. My goodness, he gets the dink.
He dinked sick as well.
That is a huge performance from Kicker. He pushes down middle. We saw Ricker get caught out with his mid aggression in the round in the half prior. That's an example of how good it can look. Huge. Back's turned. Nearly takes 3. I mean, he essentially has. I mean, what's Sick going to do now?
Not much, I would say. He's hoping that some of these AVANGAR players get a little bit greedy and give an access point, but he has got the bomb. That's about the only good news I can bring to you regarding compLexity in this round. It's going to be 13-10 almost certainly with the 10 HP of Sick. Lovely shot towards Sanji. He hasn't had the best game so far, but he has got the information as to where Sick resides.
Playing with them though, that smoke is trying to feign a B presence, trying to get paranoia setting in for Buster. He's made it clear where he is, and Jane will finish it off nicely. And so AVANGAR getting dangerously close for you compLexity fans out there to the 16 number, the magic number.
Oh, this is so
again.
Good.
Look at that. The fact that he nearly gets 3.
It can't come together any better than that. You've got your AWP looking towards T-steps. He nails a kill, so that's lost vision, right? And at that point, they're trying to adjust for the AWP. They're trying to say, let's pounce back on him. Kicker's at the bench already, so they're jumping out of grenades and trying to work out how to push the AWP back. He's there at the bench, and you've just got no idea. You're not thinking about that at that stage. You've lost a player trying to pick up the pieces in that regard, and Kicker gets 2.5 kills. That was round done. His teammates reposition and Sick with 10 HP. Already been dinked, and it's another pistol round here for the North Americans. Looking for 14-10. AVANGAR might just do it here. Up against the CZs and Deagles. I mean, it's a decent utility array, though.
compLexity have hit somewhat of a brick wall here on the T side. I mean, they've got 2 rounds to show for this half. The armored pistols. They couldn't do it with weapons necessarily, and this is nice work from AVANGAR, using that deep smoke to get close. Through the smoke they go, and it's a meat grinder. 3 from Kicker. He's going to get the 4th. Oh, we got the ace. We don't. Stolen from him by Buster. 4 quick ones though.
Yeah.
Eco Cobra.
Might seem like it's against Ego. Remember, they had Deagle and armor and grenades there. That's still a very difficult round at this level of the game to fend off. The fact that he had 4 kills there, that's fantastic. Here are the AWP leaders. Shazam with 8 AWP kills and Jame there with 7. But the ones he's got in the second half have been very influential indeed. He's denied plants, he's won clutches, and stayed alive. That's one of his big calling cards, I suppose. He does stay alive a lot of the AWP, but that's great. He's not giving away that weapon too much at all in his kick-up. Finishing things off there with the USP. We'll have a tactical timeout for compLexity once again, all for Shazam. And we get into round number 25. AVANGAR 1 away from match point here. They've got a ton of money as well, Alex. They can afford to lose a round.
Okay, let's see how compLexity are going to come out of the gates then. Round 25, it's a best of 1, sink or swim. You're up against it. You really have not found an answer yet on this T side. Heroics from individuals have got you a way in. Unable to close. That's the compLexity story here on Inferno.
Indeed. 4 players again.
Oh, I love, this was cool. Let's see if they do this exactly the same again. Fast flash, deep smoke, Molotov, double molly. Unfortunately, into the smoke this time. I think that might have been thrown by the T's even.
At this point. They'll send the two CTs back, and it's beautiful because now you can see Buster and once again Kicker. They have the smoke, the incendiary, the HEs. Now they're toying with their opponents because you feel like, oh, they've dumped all their utility. Let's go for a take of it. They start locking within the incendiaries again like that. They double HE towards logs. It can be really overwhelming.
Right, and that's what this is a conversation perhaps for another time. But the idea of that, you know, doing something enough to create a fear for it to happen again. It's very interesting. And nice work from Def. He pays a heavy price though, down to 19. They look to swing towards long. Kick it. Oh, that smoke keeps Shazam alive. James, he is so low. A bullet surely going to catch him on the retreat. It does. Shazam close quarters catches Kick it. compLexity. Got 5 men still standing as the dust does settle. Buster, he's been the hero. 24 frags, but all still standing for compLexity. He changes that. Shazam looking to take the fight from Boiler. He's being hunted and he knows it. He's hoping that fight is easy and it's winnable. He does get another.
Buster is nuts.
He really is. And I can't stop thinking about the rabbit from Hey Arthur every time I say his name.
Yeah, I know. He with a yellow sweatshirt.
Yeah, you think people would do that? Go on the internet and lie? That's Buster. That's Buster,
You can quote Hey Arthur.
I did just quote Hey Arthur, yes. I have clearly got some problems.
We are going to see now Buster with 2 kills.
Def's dead, right?
No, the one is planted at the very back of the site, like that. So it isn't the default plant spot, sure, but it was planted
Deep
at the
in
back.
the, okay, I didn't check the plant spot.
So he's absolutely fine.
Safe and sound. And it will be the 11 to 14. That's the 3rd T round from compLexity. It was a necessity at this point.
Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest, but they'll certainly take it. Some heroics there from Shazam with a close-range AWP. Works out for him. We saw that flank coming from Kicker. He was assertive with that push. He knew what he had to do there. He gets up behind him through the smoke. If he gets that 1 kill of Shazam, I dare say he does a lot more, but didn't work out. We did say they had 1 round they could lose and still have a full buy. You can see that reflected on your screens right now with the AWP of James. Still with 4 rifles, defuse kits, everything they need, but this is the last of the cash here.
Smoke and a push from Sick, trying to, well, I say push, actually, he stands vigilant. He's trying to keep the CT's guessing. Look at the flash. That's perfect timing. Straight emerging from the smoke, gets himself away into the round. Now, Banana gone. Forces a much more passive stance from Buster. Obo wins the duel on Sanji, traded by James. And the frags are happening all over the map.
They are indeed, but Buster, who has been looking absolutely fantastic for AVANGAR, will be anchoring towards B. He's got 3 players to fend off here. Couple of kills to secure the round. He's going to take down Def first. Not as clean as you'd like it. Actually doesn't really do any damage at all. Doesn't control the spray. And at this point, Jake and the Dread still in the conversation for the round. The bomb's not yet been planted. Great positioning from Sick. That should do it. James, he doesn't really have much to say about this one. It will be the save of the AWP by the looks of things here as he falls back towards middle. AVANGAR, now they could be toppled. The fact they didn't win this round, they haven't got map point yet. We discussed it on the previous game in Inferno. It's one of those maps where you get a bit of momentum, you start breaking down their money, you can definitely get back into it. But it's smart calling, reading their tendencies, and that's AVANGAR. They didn't send 4 players towards B that time. They actually went for an apartment stack like we saw. Obo dealt with that pretty well. It was Jane with the AWP in towards the apartments. Once they realized that Jane was in the apartments, that's their cue to get in towards B. Avoid him at all costs.
Jane will find another one, add it to his tally. I'm sure that someone's making a meme in Twitch chat right now.
They're probably quite the meme going on.
Yeah.
I'd imagine. They've got a little catchphrase about him as well, don't they?
What do they? Yeah, probably.
I can't remember what it is. I've seen it a few times.
God.
There is a little song about him.
Well, I'm going to say it now. James has saved his AWP. And we'll bring it into the next round. It is going to be an interesting one. This was a really nice way to get that opening frag. Sick with a ballsy spray control. That's a long-range spray control headshot. My goodness.
So they're using the same tendencies you described there. They've shown that incendiary smoke combination towards the banana side of the map so many times. They're changing things up with just 2 players now. It's the same approach with less manpower. They were hoping it'd be enough just to push them back once again and they'd go towards A where the rest of their players were. Didn't work out though. They got flashed off and here's James. Remember, saving the AWP in the last round. If he wins this one for them, it will be worth it, but loses the vision. And the incendiary is not fantastic, but not the worst, I suppose.
Just a close wall. It doesn't even do that.
It does. It's kind of sick, to be honest, because they can't boost or anything now.
Yeah, that does everything.
Maybe it was just by design, you know. Go ahead, pull the trigger.
Click.
He's still got a smoke. If he drops that smoke now, goes back towards A himself, this day's gamble towards A. I think that would be
fire a shot, throw the smoke.
I want him to go in.
Now warm wall bang. Yes, that's so good.
Just scare them off and then get towards A. Just leave B open. That's what what you want to be doing here. I would say it's a very readable situation. I'd be like, he's not going to just let us have it.
Yeah.
He's not going to stay there. He knows
full 5-man stack. I mean, they know they've got to do something, right? You've got nothing other than a Deagle CZ
compLexity
P250.
reading that. They know what he's up to. Like, it's a nice call. That's what he should be doing, but top players will be able to read the kind of the mindset of their opposition as well.
Only a chicken to defend B.
Oh,
no, he's looking the wrong way. He's going to get caught off.
The flashbang's going to get him.
They could flash him. But look at the restraint from compLexity. They have taken so much time out of this. That whole James smoke and mirrors that he tried, so much time has passed, they've just walked into B.
It's a nice idea, like I said.
Wow,
but like,
yeah. Interesting.
This game, like, it's obvious what he's up to. Like, the fact he's just firing off shots randomly after dropping a smoke, why would he give up the only weapon they have?
I'm falling for it straight up, by the way, guys. Go A. If they saved an AWP, it's on B. Go
like,
A.
Why would you spam? If anything, you're hiding the fact the AWP's there. You wouldn't just be spamming it. So it's a nice idea, but compLexity didn't take the bait.
Well, I would have gobbled it up and asked for more, for sure.
You would.
Bloody hell. 14 then, soon to be 14 to 13.
Operation Protect the VIP, yep.
The President, James. Or the Christ, James, if you're making bad taste jokes. Pizza, remember that one?
That was just a joke there, guys.
What was he up to?
Just a joke. I think that was the PR response.
Yeah,
you asked me, but what do I know?
Nice little massacre at the AWP.
James
saved his
Why is he on for that? They save it, but still...
Little ambitious. I'm not saying it was the best idea.
Didn't need those exit frags, but they saved the AWP, it's fine. Either way, AVANGAR now. Got James in the middle, looking to get that AWP back. compLexity really are looking much stronger here. Their T sides
ever since that timeout.
Underwhelming. Yeah, that timeout has sorted things out. They've managed to be combative towards the B side of the map. They're closing the scoreline down. It's going to be 14 to 13 now. MP9
double
the kicker.
AWP.
Yeah, the double AWP's coming out. Bust up. Presumably towards the B side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, he's been at somewhat of a pillar on that side of the map now with a different weapon. Obo has regularly been given the job of apps. Now, the reason he threw that flash, it did look like it was to guide him stepping into that jump, but doesn't look like it's going to be rendering him a threat just yet. Buster, on the other hand, responsible for B and thriving. God, it's just a barrage of utility.
It is.
Just throw everything but the kitchen sink and the house cat.
Or the chicken.
Or the chicken, the B defensive chicken. Didn't do a great job last round, but room for improvement. Buster certainly has. Def's gone. And so the numbers favouring AVANGAR. It's been a while, 3 rounds out for them, but they're looking to extend it. Obo's looking to change things. Quick frag, that's an AWP gone. AWP versus AK. And the youngster thrives. Ricket from apps. He's got so much utility, it would be a travesty not to see that used before he emerges from balcony.
Well, they've got plenty of time here. 50 seconds. compLexity focusing towards the A side, but look at the flank coming in from AVANGAR. They've got 2 players in the form of Kicker and Buster. Remember, one of those got the AWP as well. They've got all the information as an A side attack. compLexity need to get their skates on. Ricky jumps out the apartments and does find a Dren. Very confusing moment there. Sandy needs multiple frags, but he hasn't been performing on Inferno whatsoever. Looks like compLexity might have done enough here. It's down to the 2-on-2. They need to find these kills, and Buster, he's got the bomb towards the hay bales. 25 seconds remaining, and Ricky has got his work cut out for him.
He's got to be such a hero already. Kickert's coming from long. He's not even going to be able to get back in the site. If he does retrieve it, just about going to try and plant. Kickert's low, but I think he's got the timing.
Damn.
It's just a fantastic handling. Buster and Kickert just saved the AVANGAR's ass, because that was awkward. 3 huge frags from compLexity. I don't want to talk about that whole pit situation, but my goodness. Great work from Buster. Close quarters with the AWP.
That advantage compLexity had fell apart like a house of cards there. The fact that the bomb trickles down beyond the hay bales couldn't have gone any worse for them. Like, the fact they lost that kill, that would have been fine, but the fact of the 2-on-2 with the bomb compromised in that sort of scenario, Ricky, I think he even lost information as to where the bomb was. He checked in the apartment, he's like, no, it actually drops in the worst position it could have done, to be honest. It's gone on the other side towards them, so you might be done for at this point. He goes for the plant, Kickert's already there, pushing from library, he knows there's low HP available, and he manages to get the kill, and indeed match point as we'll move forward. I love that with the double AWP setup though as well, because James, once again, was firing off speculative shots towards middle, giving away his position, knowing that they'll think it's a single AWP setup. They can challenge towards B with a wide swing because James there, but Buster, secondary AWP, ready to get that opening kill. What have we got here?
And he got just
Is it someone waking up?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of
sleepy little docile.
This, to be fair, when I look at my Counter-Strike monitor, this is usually what it looks like.
There we go, fully awake.
Oh my goodness.
In we go now. What are we up to? 15-13, right. 2 rounds required.
Match point for AVANGAR. It's a team that many didn't know where to place them. Certainly with the pick'ems, and from what I've seen from the community, it's a question mark. Well, they're giving us plenty of answers already. Loving what Buster's bringing to the table. Attack through the wall is what he's brought to this round, and somehow Shazam's still breathing. A nade landed on his socks, but he's down to and a Molotov. This guy is so brave as he tried to take a wild shot, and he's still standing. My goodness, he's taken a leaf out of Avangar's book.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. The fact that he's willing to challenge that still, he's got the AWP, so why not? He's going to go for those one-shot kills regardless, and it starts to calm down somewhat.
He's had a bullet, a nade, and a Molotov all touch him already.
Been fully blind twice, just there, firing off shots and still alive.
Perhaps it's time for the others to take the reins. James has done that in this round, looking to close it out with a bang. Ricket gone, forced to watch as his team try and keep themselves alive and kicking. The dream of an opening win at the major. Still a possibility, but just 4 players available to realize it. Nice work from Sick, keeps it level. Looking to push in towards this A site, or are they? They're trying to draw the CTs out, but they are just standing vigilant. I see Kickert still locking himself in, now starts to walk towards CT. A question mark now. Def is trying to maintain some presence, and that will keep this, that might even lock in the Kickert rotate. Now they start to make noise at B, and now it's down to Shazam's low HP.
We'll see if he can find the opening kill towards this B side of the map. We have got Sanji, who's waiting the new boxes here. He has been the weak link of the AVANGAR squad.
They've sold it. I can't believe they've sold it. Def on long has got 3 CTs staring at him.
Well, that means they might not check new boxes, though. They might not check it. I don't think they will, Alex. They're planting. Sanji, you're not going to deny that plant? Getting what on earth is going on here? Perhaps looking for the element of surprise. Does behead him, thank goodness. 2 now left on Banana. The plant is for them, sure, but they've got a shot at it now. AVANGAR 2 kills away from an opening win. Here in the Swiss format, that's huge. Flash and conversion from Kick all on to Def. He's got to find 3. They triple peak, and that's AVANGAR with the W in the bag. It's going to be 16-13 final score. What a map of Inferno. Yeah. We had a whole lot of Counter-Strike. Really enjoyed that one. What a performance in Kicker as well. He really put a bow on that one towards the end. 3 kills, and you could see he was mad for that one. He knew he was performing very well as an individual. He was buying up, and his teammates weren't, just to kind of ruin the money of his opponents there. A really entertaining game of Inferno. We did